So through then we haven't talked to you yet. How's it feeling here in spring camp?
Going well, just shaking off a little rust from the off season, but we're doing well. Every day, competing out here. It's really good to see the new receivers and new tight ends all getting work out here and all forming together to form a team right now. And we're just trying to master all our plays and just seeing different defenses getting rolling, and it's all good stuff right now.
How excited are you about being back here? I'm sure probably people were kind of nipping at you a little bit.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's good to be back. I love seeing all my teammates and my coaches, and I just love playing the game of football. So it's awesome to be back here. Sun's out today. It's a beautiful day out. Can't complain at all.
This is a team that with a lot of returnees, maybe not necessarily a receiver, but there's a lot of returning at key positions and key areas of the team. A lot of high hopes this year. Did you feel that's the case, and why?
Yeah, no, definitely. So we're definitely, we have a lot of new guys, a lot of new teammates to kind of bond together. A lot of what's it called? I feel like there's a lot of pressure on us right now to kind of form a good team here. But pressure is privilege, and we like it. We like to have eyes on us, and that kind of pushes us to compete harder and make plays, and we'll come out this year. We're going to be good.
Coach, you described how much you had matured in the past year.
For sure.
How much and where do you think you've matured at?
I'd say the biggest place I've matured is probably getting to identify defenses. Like knowing where people are going to be. Down lineman in the box, safety, shell in the dell, all that kind of stuff. Definitely getting better at all that, knowing who's going to be where, who I'm reading. So definitely the mental side of the game is where I feel like I've matured at the most.
With the new receivers that you have, does it take a little bit of time to really kind of make adjustments? I'm sure you probably
For sure,
in
yeah.
the off season. What's that like?
So everyone's still in a learning phase right now. So we did a lot of off-season workouts, a lot of off-season throwing sessions, all that kind of stuff. But to get in a team environment and rep the plays, 100% speed, it's good. It takes time, but they're working their butts off and they're competing. I really like what I'm seeing out there, and it's good to see them finally come into a team aspect here and get them routes going, and they're doing good.
How is it to have? I know Eric had said it's like ODU is like one of very few teams in the country that has the special teams coach, the defensive coordinator, and the OC back for like 3 years in a row. That continuity. How is that?
It's definitely really good for on the field and off the field, because everyone's communicating inside the offices and even out here. So it's really good to have a good bonding of coaches, and it really makes it easy to go ask questions, and they're communicating as well as the players, and it just creates a good environment out here to really learn and compete and have a good practice.
How much more familiar, or how more familiar are you with Decker's game plan now versus this time last year?
It's I'm getting, as I said, I matured a lot in the mental side of the game, and that's really helped me, pick up tendencies of what we're doing offensively and why. And it all comes down to why you're running the plays, not what plays you're running, because if you understand why, it all comes a lot easier. And it's really good to, get to know why he's doing stuff, what he's thinking, and that really helps me understand, the plays and what we're doing out there.
How has your approach changed this spring as compared to the previous springs?
I definitely do a lot more. I'd say like warm-ups and off the field, stretching and recovery and film, all that kind of bunched into one thing. Just spending more hours here at the facility, getting more work in, mentally get my body ready to come out here. If I'm more recovered, I'm more explosive out here. My arms feeling better, all that kind of stuff. Then it just helps me, builds me it gets me out here successful, and it just lets me play without having to worry about anything else.
What are your goals for 2025, both team and personal?
I mean, 2025, win the Sun Belt. There, that's probably the main goal. And then I'd say just have a fun year. That's what we want to do. Have fun out here.
Cool. Great. Thank you, Colton.
Awesome.